Hi, this is Paul Rudish, producer of Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. You're listening to the Mickey Shorts and More podcast.
This week on the Mickey Shorts and More podcast.
A Mickey Mouse Clubhouse-inspired museum exhibit begins its nationwide tour.
What if Mickey and friends became the Avengers?
Mickey Mouse Crocs just went on sale.
And Keaton and I are going to watch and review the Season 5, Episode 17 short called Gone to Pieces. All of that and more on this week's episode of the Mickey Shorts and More podcast.
You're listening to the Mickey Shorts and More podcast with your hosts, Steve and Keaton. Take it away, boys!
Hey, Mickey Shortsters, welcome to this week's episode of the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. My name is Steve.
And my name is Keaton. We're back on it. We're doing it weekly.
We are. Hopefully this is more proof that we are committed to being back on the air on a weekly basis throughout 2025 and hopefully beyond. But we've got the schedule and we are going. And this week, if you're new to us, especially with the break, we are a father and son podcasting duo. We've been doing an audio podcast for many years, also now a video podcast, also for many years. And we cover a Mickey Mouse short each and every week. We watch it, we try to dissect it, we look for hidden things in it, and Disney references and all the good stuff. And this week, as we mentioned, we were watching the Season 5, Episode 17 short called Gone to Pieces. The second to last of the regular season Mickey Shorts series. Crazy as that sounds. One more to go till we've covered all of the Paul Rudish shorts. That's bizarro.
Then I don't even know what we're going to do after.
Oh, there are plans. There are plans. Don't you worry. We still have lots more goodness to come. But
we're not ending ever.
No.
We're not. Not ever. But, yeah, you know.
Yeah, just because we've covered them, don't worry. We've got your Mickey Mouse content needs covered. Keaton, how's it going this week?
Good. Nothing really happened this week. I almost got stung by a wasp, but I mean...
Okay, you know. Wasps seem to like your playground and chasing kids and terrorizing them, but... So, attention wasps, if you're looking for a good place to have some fun during the day, find his school. There's lots of opportunities for mischief and mayhem. Yeah, he's still a little traumatized by that. That's okay. But you know what? There is good stuff in the news this week. What do you say we start covering some Mickey Mouse news?
News. I'm so sorry. I did that.
Friends, loved ones, I've gathered you all here to tell you something important.
So first up this week, a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse inspired museum exhibit is beginning its nationwide tour. Now, this is opening at a children's museum in Indianapolis, and this is a big whole exhibit dedicated to the show Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I know it's for kids, but if they ever put it in where we live, I'm still totally going to do it.
Yep, I mean, all we know is that it's on a nationwide tour, and that tour is going to last through 2029. So
yeah, we're probably going to have it.
I would just imagine at some point in time, one of the cities around us is going to have it. I mean, I would hope. Now, to give you kind of a glimpse of some of the stuff that could be coming for this particular exhibit, the president and the CEO of the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, her name is Jennifer Pace Robinson, she said that her favorite part of the exhibit is, quote, what you see is like you are stepping into the television series and you get to play with Mickey and friends. It's also my favorite part because we can envision so much, but really the exhibit comes to life when you see the littles come in and gasp and they're excited to turn the corner and then their imaginations really kick in. So, Keaton, I don't really quantify you as littles. It would be fun, though, to see if it goes someplace where your nephews are.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be fascinated.
Because they are right at that age where they would absolutely go bonkers with something like this. And then you can get into uncle mode and just have a ball.
It's and like the funny thing is, like earlier today, I was thinking, how cool would it be if like they built the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse in real life and people can go inside it and experience it.
Here you go.
Right here.
Right on the show today.
I was literally thinking that earlier today.
So the exhibit runs through September 1st at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, and then it sets off, like I said, on a cross-country tour through 2029. A few things you could look forward to if you are able to attend this. And, of course, we'd want you to take pictures and video and send them to us to feature on the show. But you can bake and decorate with Minnie. You can help Minnie by decorating pretend cupcakes with a frosting machine and then adding candles on Pluto's birthday cake.
What can go wrong? Me with fire.
Exactly. Donald Duck and the professor are working on putting together a bubble-making invention for the party, and you can help them.
Doesn't that already exist?
I don't know. Does it?
Yeah, bubble makers. They're everywhere.
Well, okay. Well, but Donald and Professor Von Drake apparently have their own version of it, from the Hall of Science. You can join Daisy Duck in doing things like painting Pluto's doghouse, making him a birthday blanket, and arranging flower bouquets. Or you can have a grill barbecue session with Goofy. And what's a party without hot dogs?
At least Pluto is actually involved in this.
Exactly. Oh, yes, that's a good point. Pluto, the constantly left out dog of the Mickey Mouse universe.
Yeah, Dad, once at Disney, Dad went up to Pluto.
I do this every time we see him.
Yeah, so he goes up to Pluto and he says, "You're the most left out cartoon dog in history."
I go up to the Pluto character, and after everyone's gone, and it's just me, I come up to his ear and I said, "Just so that you know, we have a podcast, we analyze Mickey Mouse content, and we strongly feel that you are the most neglected animal in the Disney universe." And I always get the biggest hugs. And the biggest appreciation from the Pluto character.
Exactly.
Thank you, pal. We're always advocating for more Pluto, which we are. Which, you know what? Spoiler alert. How much Pluto do you think is in today's episode?
Not. 0.
Yet another episode where Pluto is neglected.
Pluto's not even in the final episode.
I know. Moving on.
It's not even in Steamboat Silly. I am angry.
We are Pluto advocates. We need advocacy for Pluto. There's a future something idea. I don't know what we do with that, but advocating for Pluto.
Yes, we need a whole episode dedicating to bringing Pluto into the attention area.
That's for the future. All right, well, next up this week, because there is a little bit more Pluto love in this one. Kind of. Little. You'll see what I mean in a second. But we've talked about this a number of times in the show in the past because they've done this throughout the last many years. But there's a new batch coming out this next week. And that is, what if Mickey and Friends became the Avengers? Now, there's a series of comics books that are released on kind of a regular basis. Because, again, we've seen these for years. But they're coming out with a new batch this week. They debut on March 5th. But the Avengers, Ducks, Guardians, Loki, Donald, everybody is coming, the whole Mickey gang, to a new series of comic books that are coming out. So it's here's how this breaks down. So let's see here. Mickey Mouse is Iron Man. Goofy is the Hulk. Minnie Mouse and Pluto, they're the Wasp and Ant-Man. So Pluto is Ant-Man, which is why I said he's in a little. But he gets his own cover, so that's kind of cool. We'll look at that in a second.
Wait, how is Goofy the Hulk? In the Mickey shorts, there's an ongoing gag of Goofy not having any muscle whatsoever.
Well, let's take a look at this. So, one thing let's hear. You really need the visuals from this, as do all of those watching this show. Okay, I'm going to put a link, as I always do, in the show notes where you can get to stuff like this. But
wait, are these actual comic books?
Yes, these are actual comic books available at comic book stores. I will show you what they look like. Look, Hulk. Goofy as Hulk.
That's kind of disturbing seeing Goofy buff.
I know, Goofy is really buff. He's like, gosh, look at me go. And yeah, Donald and Daisy are all teamed up to go take him down. There are also the exclusive covers with this series. So we've got the Avengers cover that features the whole gang. And then we also have covers for some of the individual characters, like Pluto!
Pluto!
Yes! Pluto shrinking and expanding with his Ant-Man
We
powers.
will always be excited if we see Pluto.
Yep. How's this for buff, Goofy? So a whole bunch of good stuff. Here's Donald and Daisy in their Thor stuff. Fun times. But these are available at comic book stores beginning this week on March 5th is when this whole series is going to be available. So if you're a comic book fan, if you just want to see some crazy Disney Marvel crossover, hit a comic book store this week and go check those out.
We're getting those.
And look at all these fancy doodads.
The Mickey Mouse product of the week.
If you are a Mickey Mouse fan and you like a good deal, we've got one for you because Target just announced this morning that Mickey Mouse Crocs are going on sale. They are 33% off. Now, they've released some Crocs in the past that then immediately sold out. So if you want these, get on it and get them. But there's a lot of good designs. So yes, there are adult-sized Crocs, there's kid-sized Crocs, there's all sorts of stuff. They regularly are $69.99. Ouch. That's a lot. I don't know what Crocs. I don't ever buy Crocs. I don't know. Mom buys the Crocs. And she buys them for you. So I don't know what they cost normally, but according to Target.com, they're regularly $70. They're on sale for $40. So starting today. So that is a good deal on Crocs. Lots of sizes. There are also lots of color options as well. So get in on those if you like Crocs, because that's substantial money savings. But look, some are already selling out, so get on it, people. Luckily, this show comes out shortly after we film, so they should still be available.
I am a huge Croc fan, and I definitely want to ask Mom for those.
Someone's going to be having a conversation when we're off the air.
Are you ready for the show?
This week, we are watching this Season 5, Episode 17 short called Gone to Pieces. The official show summary says Mickey and Donald struggle to rebuild their best friend after Goofy gets broken into a pile of incomprehensible pieces. Okay. The original air date is July 6th of 2019. And credit where credit is due, because we always like to thank those who really work hard to produce these shows. This was written by Derek Bachman, Clay Morrow, and Paul Rudish. Directed by Clay Morrow, and of course storyboarded by Clay Morrow as well. So thank you to the whole team that put this one together. Keaton, how does this work?
So, we have a little linky in the description to go to, the episode, which is on YouTube. I'm going to give you the countdown. When I hit 1, we're going to press play, and you can watch with us.
Okay, there you go. So, let's watch Goofy.
Hold on.
Gosh, I'm going to go to pieces. All right, Keaton, give us the magical countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Click. Mickey Mouse and Gone to Pieces. We're now at Mickey Mouse's house. He's getting ready to have the gang there. He's got popcorn. He's got Donald. He's got drinks. All we need is a little bit of cocktail wieners. Goofy is here with a whole thing of cocktail wieners, of course. This is going to be great. But why does Goofy have roller skates on?
You see,
He's in the process of explaining when suddenly everything goes off the rails.
I'm blaming the cocktail wieners, buddy.
I'm blaming the roller skates because you don't need those inside. But Goofy has, as the title says, gone to pieces. He is bounced off the walls. He's completely come apart. Yeah, they're going to freak out. I mean, like a call to 911 would probably be a good idea at this point. But no, they're holding his eyeball. So they're trying to stay calm, figure out what to do. But, I mean, nobody knows better no one knows more about Goofy than they do, so they're going to put him back together. And now with the appropriate song on the background. We're trying to figure out how this all goes back together with glue
Tape.
and scotch tape. And I don't think that is right.
That's a pogo stick.
They bounced him through the roof, and now he's bouncing off the walls, literally, and falling to more pieces again. Why did Donald Duck, when he got hit by the door, not fall to pieces as well?
Look, we can use this picture to see how
Okay, well, we have a source picture that we can use now for reference. And with the hammer out, they're screwing in his eyes.
Hey, Donald's using duct tape. Duct tape.
I don't think it's working out too well because that's definitely not Goofy. That's a monstrosity that's now hitting Donald over the head. Okay, take 3. We're using saws now. We're going to cut up his parts with a chainsaw and welding it together with a box of car parts. And what do we get? Boom! Yeah, that's a little bit disturbing. At least they got the eyeballs in the right place, though, in this version. If you hit his head, it gets a horn. And in a very video game looking style. Hey, squirrel! And of course we hear Goofy's scream.
I could
That
probably
was a big
quote.
explosion too.
I can quote probably
So now we're
some
starting back
things
over.
he said.
We're horrible friends. We don't know.
that can stop this from happening.
Okay, if my arm falls off like this, call a doctor. Don't just try to figure it out.
Oh,
No,
come on.
it's okay. We'll figure it out with the other cameras. And in a pure Goofy logic, we're gonna figure out how he came apart. And assuming that by bouncing off the walls, we're kind of going in reverse, we're gonna put him back together. And did that work?
Cocktail wieners.
What's with the roller skates, Goofy?
There we go.
Funny you should ask, Nick. You see,
So let's try this again. Oh, wait, we gave the same line, but they stopped him from hitting the walls, thus breaking.
You're the bestest bud 2 friends could ever have.
y'all ain't so bad yourselves.
Oh, now everybody loves each other.
Ah!
And he broke them into pieces, which if they could break into pieces, why did that not happen with Donald Duck?
With the door and
The door and all the other types. But anyway, cartoon logic, which we'll get to in a minute. All right, Keaton, there you go. There's Gone to Pieces. What was your favorite part?
What was your favorite part?
probably just how disturbing it was seeing Goofy turned into a car.
That was disturbing. I don't know how they... I mean, when the box of car parts falls into the box of Goofy's parts, and you can't tell the difference, and you've got to start sawing things up and using a welder, I think you're heading down the wrong path. I mean, if my arm falls into a box of car parts, please don't start welding it onto things. But, I mean, that's one of the things. I do find it interesting and fascinating that I see a lot of negative online about this particular episode because people are like, well, that's just too far out there. And I'm thinking, well, all the other Mickey shorts out there with Mickey Mouse logic and cartoon logic, this is the one you're complaining about? But I digress. So I did also find it interesting that I assumed that because of the premise of this, we've got a box full of Goofy parts, that the animation team would be going out of their way to shove that box full of all sorts of other parts connected to the Disney universe. Like they did in the wonderful The World of Mickey Mouse. You know, there's so many things packed into those episodes of Disney Easter eggs and such. So I went through this episode. I didn't see a lot of buzz online other than people complaining about just the cartoon logics of it, of the whole thing. I went through, I assumed that there would... I watched the episode with a fine-tooth comb looking for Easter eggs and spoilers and Disney references and... Nothing. Everything is
Except
completely straightforward.
we were all pretty confused until I was playing Epic Mickey the other day. Wait, before I say this, spoiler warning.
Yes, if you haven't played Epic Mickey yet,
Yeah.
Be careful, but continue.
So, when I was playing Epic Mickey, and I just unlocked this Oztown area, it's where Oswald and Orstina lives, and I saw in a little glass cage Goofy's head. Just Goofy's head.
Just Goofy's head.
Sitting there. And so I go up to him and a cutscene plays and he says, you have to go out. I was doing some work in Tomorrow City. He fell apart. The Mad Doctor destroyed him. Yeah, let's watch the cutscene.
All right. So we've got Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's animatronic Goofy. Oswald built him with the Mad Doctor's help. Oswald wanted a friend like your pal Goofy.
Gosh! Hello, Mickey.
Where's the rest of him? So, yeah.
Well, I was doing some work in Tomorrow City.
So, yeah, he was working on Tomorrow
when
City.
the Mad Doctor went and betrayed us, and then he got his friends to tear me to pieces. Dialogue's going too fast. And now my parts are scattered all over the place, but I know I can count on you to put me together again, right, Mickey? Look familiar?
So, yeah, you can count on me. So, yeah, the only problem is when I was kind of looking for parts in Tomorrow City, I didn't find any. So when I came back to him, he was super angry or kind of disappointed. But then later in the game, when I was trying to get some power sparks in the shop to, go to the next area, Adventureland, which I loved that area, by the way, I noticed that Goofy's body parts were being sold at a shop for cartoon characters.
Well, okay.
What other cartoon character would want to buy one of Goofy's body parts?
Can't answer that one for you. So, bottom line, I guess if you would like to help put Goofy back together, just go buy Epic Mickey Rebrushed, and you can do that.
Just progress in the game a little bit, and you'll unlock that quest. But it's not just Goofy. Apparently, as you go across different lands, like I just unlocked Adventureland, as I said, and I actually found Daisy.
Oh, okay.
And I also...
Like Daisy's pieces?
Just Daisy's head.
Oh, just Daisy's head. Okay.
It always just starts with her head. And then, apparently I found out that in the Haunted Mansion world, Donald... No, Pluto. No,
Pluto.
No, Pluto.
Pluto's got the pieces now, too. So,
Not
so
Pluto.
like I said, so there you go.
I said not Pluto.
Oh,
Pluto's
not Pluto.
Not even in Wasteland. They don't even bring up Pluto at all.
Okay. More, no love for Pluto. Just kind of finishing up our Gone to Pieces. One other thing I did notice, I mean, like I said, not a lot of people are talking about this, but I did notice there is a cameo from the squirrel. Do you remember where the squirrels were one of the last times we saw them? Ghoul Friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Squirrel.
the squirrel. So I guess there is that one little cameo. But bottom line is that I think that the animators could have filled this show with all sorts of fun nods in the boxes in the garage, goofy parts from other characters, all that kind of stuff. My theory, and I apologize if this sounds bad towards the animators, I don't mean for this to be so, but I know this is the second to last episode. Part of me wonders if they're like, let's just get this done. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's not throw in a bunch of stuff. Let's just tell the story and get it done. Because it is fairly simple in its nature. So, at least they put Goofy back together again. He's not Humpty Dumpty. He got put back together. Thank you. And now it's time for...
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
Joke of the week.
Alrighty. Keaton, what does Mr. Punmaster have for us this week?
Where do all the smart hot dogs go?
Where do all the smart hot dogs go? Well, definitely not in Goofy's cup of cocktail wieners, because they went flying all over the room. How did they come? Never mind. Cartoon logic. We're not going there. Okay. I don't know. Where do all the smart hot dogs go?
On the honor roll.
The honor roll. Because hot dogs go on a roll. Technically a bun.
And then on funny version, I thought they would go to Wienerland. Wait. No.
Really? I mean, there's no pun to that, but I like how funny you think this is.
Wienerland? Really?
Oh, to be 11.
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right. Well, that is our show for this week. Thank you for watching the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. Hopefully you're enjoying this on whether it's the audio version or the video version. Hopefully you're coming in from one of those directions and enjoying the show. You can watch our past episodes or listen to the past episodes on www.mickeyshortsandmore.com. You can find us on Apple Podcasts,
YouTube,
Google Play,
Stitcher,
Amazon Podcasts,
or subscribe through your podcast player of your choice.
In all cases, just search for Mickey Shorts and More, and you should find us somewhere. And then link from there. You can connect with us online on Facebook or Instagram. Just shoot us a message there. You can also, TikTok as well. We're on TikTok. You can email us if you would like to send us your own comments. We always love hearing from our fans. Send us questions, comments to mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com. Next show, Keaton, is we are getting all carried away.
The final Paul Rudish episode.
And also one of our favorites, so we're excited to cover this because there's so much in this one. While there may not have been a lot of spoilers and Easter eggs and fun stuff to spot in this one, Carried Away gets a little carried away. Which we like. So we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. Just remember, as I say in every episode, my solution for all the problems in life. Life gets stressful. Life gets complicated. Life gets crazy. And if you want a way to get around all that stuff, just watch more Mickey Mouse. Makes you smile. Makes you laugh. Makes you forget about your troubles.
I gotta forget my troubles!
Makes you cry.
Sometimes. Especially when it's all over. As we'll see next week. But just go watch more Mickey Mouse. Always a good thing to do. Thanks for watching the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. Come back next time, and we'll see you real soon.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun.